In one video, I'm going to try to explain to you why a lot of what economists and fake gurus on Instagram and others are saying you should do in terms of investing won't work. So I'm going to dispel a rumor and tell you why you should invest in crypto really with one image, okay? So the rumor that we're going to dispel is all you need to do to become a millionaire is invest in an index fund, right? Like $100 a month in an index fund, and just do that for 50 years, and it's gonna grow at 10% a year. I just watched a video, which is why I'm doing this, where somebody literally used their platform to tell people just invest $100 a month for 65 years, and it's gonna grow at 10% a year, and you do this for your kids, they're gonna automatically be millionaires. And I'm like, no, because I've heard this too much. All right, so let's get into it, okay? Now, what you may not know is no country has grown more than China over the past 50 years. 50 years ago, China was literally like just a forest. It was just farmland. And now it's considered the #2 economy in the world. So nobody has grown more than China in the past 50 years. The only way that we can tell if something is going to happen in the future, we have to look at the past, right? All right, so I want you to look at the annual growth rates of China since it starts in what, 1960 something. Okay, so we're just gonna look. All right, so 1964, you see that? 18.2, 17, up -5, -4, 16, 19, 7, 3.8, 2.3, 8.7, -1.6, 11.3, 7.89. Remember, nobody's done better than China. I want you to look at this. 4.2. There was a couple of other double digits back there. 13.9, 11, 7.8. Look what's happening to the growth. 12.7, 14.2, 9.6, 7.8, 7, 6, 5, 2.3, the lowest rate ever. Okay, so this is China, fastest growing economy in the world the past 50 years. And we didn't have 50 years of consistent 10% growth, not even average 10% growth. Okay, all right, now let's look at, the big dog, United States. United States over the last 50, 60 years. All you got to do is invest and it's going to happen, right? Look, 2.3, 4, 6.4, 2.5, minus 3.3, 5.6, minus 5.4, 5.5. There was another minus 1.8. Let's just look at the growth now. Look at the growth. Minus 2.5 in 2009. Okay, then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then minus 3.5 in 2020. So your two biggest economies in the world have not grown at even the 7% that Dave Ramsey and the fire folk out there. It has not happened. Okay. So now I hear somebody say, well, BSG, well, the stock market the past 10 years or 20 years has gone up. So if we're not growing, if the economy is not growing, how is it then that stocks have grown? Well, as they used to say on a show I used to watch, I'm glad you asked that question. Okay, so let me show you really quickly. There's only 3 ways that a business can make money. Businesses are the lifeblood of an economy, okay? And there's only 3 ways that you can increase your profits in business. The first way is to increase prices. The second way is to dilute the product. So that's two. And the third way is to reduce your employees, reduce your costs by essentially getting rid of employees. All right. So here's Apple, one of the top companies in the world. This is the evolution of the Apple iPhone price over time. Okay, when the iPhone came out, the top phone was $600. Can you see that? And now in the past 15 years, their top phone is $1,600. They have maintained their bottom phone at $400. But as you know, not only in the bottom tier, but in the top tier, Apple has diluted their product. What am I talking about? Back in the day, all iPhones used to come with headphone jacks and things like that. Now you have to buy the headphones, sometimes the charger and everything else separate. Okay, that's diluting the product. Okay, now let me show you something else. Here is the chart and the growth of Apple's employees over time. Now, here's the actual employees going up. Okay, so that's good, but look at how much that's growing. Look, this is the growth. This is what matters. See, when Apple first came out, that's where you wanted to work. Get a job at Apple. 34%, 28%, 20% growth. This is year over year growth. Now look, the growth is slowing down, which means the hiring is going down. The jobs are getting more sparse. So you got a bunch of people going to college thinking they're going to work at Apple and Google and all of that, and they're hiring less. Why are they hiring less? Because they're trying to keep their stock price up, which is the same reason why they're increasing the cost of the phone. Over time, they're going to keep doing the same thing. So what am I saying? In order to grow at 10% a year, which I just proved to you is statistically impossible. Okay, well, let me really prove it. Okay, in order to have that happen, basically a company would have to dilute their product to almost nothing, increase the price, okay, as they've been doing, and you essentially have to now get rid of most, if not all, of your employees, because your employees are going to be the biggest cost. So in order for Apple stock to go up 10 times from where it is right now, we're just talking about 10x. We're not talking about 10% for 60-something years, which is more than 10x. Why am I mentioning Apple? Because they're the biggest part of the S&P 500. And so when people walk around just saying Vanguard Fund, all the Vanguard Fund is the S&P 500. I don't even know why it exists. And Apple is the biggest part of the S&P 500. So we're focusing on the top company. Most companies aren't growing at all. So they would need to eliminate virtually all of their employees to continue this growth and dilute their product, okay, and continue to raise the price. That's going to be for every company you think about for the next 50 years. They're going to all have to do that. Now, the problem is if you get rid of all of your employees, what happens? Who is going to be there to buy the product? Robots don't need iPhones. Robots don't need to eat. Robots also don't need housing. See, all of these people, they participate in the economy. They buy houses. They buy cars. They use Uber. They generate money in the economy. So if you replace most of your employees with robots, even though that might be the best thing for your business, the bottom line is the economy will still suffer because nobody will have money to buy things because they don't have jobs. Okay, and I'm telling you, we're going to see a version of this. It's going to happen on some level. They're still not going to achieve that growth. All right. So what then should you do? Let me show you something really quickly. I just showed you the growth of the two fastest growing economies over the past 60 years. That's China and the United States, or I should say the two biggest economies. There might be some other ones for a little while that were faster growing than the United States, but these are the two big dogs. I just showed you what little growth they're having. All right, now let me show you this. What's this? This is crypto growth over the past 12 years, and this is in billions of dollars. So in 2011, it wasn't even $1 billion in crypto. 2012, okay, and where I got in 2013, it was at 12 billion. Okay, 12 billion. Actually, when I got in, it was about right here. So we grew from 1 billion to 12 billion in a month. Now, watch this. Look at the growth. So it grew from 12 billion to when I got in. This is the general crypto market. From 12 billion to 3 trillion last November. Okay, if you don't know what kind of growth that is that's a 250 times growth just since 2013. Okay, actually you could actually say is more. Okay, and in the past 12 years, it's grown exponentially. In the past 5 years? Let's do 5 years. What is it? Okay. 5 years ago, it was 140 billion, the entire crypto market. And we're now sitting at just under $1 trillion. So no matter how you look at it, all of the growth is happening in crypto. So people ask me, how is it that I've become a millionaire? It's been easy. It's been really easy. All you had to do was participate in crypto and just hold for all this time and allow the growth to happen. So will the crypto economy grow at 300x over the next 10 years? Probably not. But I guarantee you it's going to grow faster than 5% or 10% over the next 10 years. And that's where you can make your money.